So, if you want a movie that's going to make you question everything about your relationship, I highly recommend this movie. I just got back from Gone Girl, the new David Fincher, I believe it's David Fincher who directed Ben Affleck movie, based off a novel by the same name. From my yeah, it was David Fincher. Uh, Internet, wonderful. Um, and now, from what I'm told, and I'm going first off, I'm going. I went into this movie, and I only just got back recently. It's 3 in the morning. I'm exhausted, so forgive me if I seem a little. Um, but from what I understand, the ending of this movie is different from the ending they had in the book. But as someone who has not read the book, I just went into this seeing this as a movie. And what did I think about the movie? This was a really fucking good movie. This was a damn good movie. It's got elements of freaking thriller, mystery, funny at points. It's actually genuinely funny at points. Some of the dialogue. Got some fucking psychological thrillers going on in this movie. That's for certain. Um, what's the story? For any of you who read the book, you know what the story is. But for anyone who's not, Ben Affleck is married to forgive me if I'm mispronouncing her name, but Rosamund Pike, I believe her name is. They're a married couple. They've been married for like 5 years, and it's not a good marriage at this point. So he comes home to find that his wife is missing, and gone. You know, gone girl. Title drop. I don't think they ever said it in the movie that they would use the term "gone girl," but whatever. So it's now an investigation to see, examining the lives of these two individuals, where their relationship started and where it came from, and where it ended up, or has ended up, and what happened to the wife. He's being cross-examined by people. He seems like a generally nice guy, but he's got secrets too, and it all comes to light. Um, this was a really good movie. What's gonna? I mean, first and foremost, the atmosphere in this movie had just the right tone. It was like that right type of mystery. It was investigative, but it had like one line moments that made you just laugh. Particularly from Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is really good in this movie. He is. I fortunately did not see Argo, but I believe it was. I think that's the one that won in Best Picture, not Best Actor. Um, I don't think he won it. I don't think he's won Best Actor yet, but regardless, um, if I had to guess, his performance in Argo is probably better, but he's in top form in this game, and mentally and physically, he's in good shape, and he's only gotten better because he's playing Batman later on for his next film. I believe Batman v Superman is his next film. So yeah, he's in good shape, but he's this guy who, there are spoilers, you can see in title, it's spoilers in this. So he thought he loved her. They loved for a while, but things went sour, and then he's got his own misgivings. He's had an affair with a student of his, and that's comes to head. And he has his sister is supporting, but she has her lemons. She will bitch him out for doing stupid shit like, I don't know, having an affair. But yet you see the dynamics between these characters. You see the love, like between him and his sister particularly. You see the love between him. Ben Affleck is so layered in this. He's charming. He's forgiving, but there's times when you see he's menacing in a few moments, like up until the reveal of what's actually happening goes on. You're like, could he have done it? He does seem kind of well put together, but it seems like he could unravel if need be. Um, but despite the fact that as good as his performance is, it's Rosamund Pike, the one who's playing his wife, who's given probably the best goddamn performance in this movie. Quite possibly. I mean, Ben Affleck, if she's not giving the best, and Ben, what's the best way to put this? She's giving, if not the best, then tied for the best with Ben Affleck, because I honestly think those two are giving the best performances. Ben Affleck is honestly giving one of the best performances I've seen him give as of late. So if any of you who harp on Ben Affleck for being a bad actor, if you don't like, say, like The Town or Argo or Gone Baby, I think it is, uh, I can understand it if you don't like him because of that. But if you're just gonna say I don't like him because you were talking about movies like 10 years ago, like Geely or Paycheck or something like that, and you haven't seen any of his new work, then don't complain until you've seen why he's now being rated as a great director and actor. He didn't direct this, but he's certainly giving a great performance. But if nothing else, it is tied with Rosamund Pike, who is his wife, and she goes missing, and she's obviously just spoilers. So it's real. She's framing him for the because she's sociopathic as hell. She is frightening. She is framing him for her murder because she feels like, this is not the man I married, fell out of love, blah blah blah. But because she's like this high, not even a socialite, she's there's just type A and type B personalities. Type B is more relaxed, kind of laid back personality. I would be considered a type B type personality probably, and then type A is the what many people would consider the snobby aristocrat kind of bitchy character a little bit. She's more of a type A. She's got this view of how she wants things and she will make it happen. And he didn't live up to that view, at least in the beginning. And she frames him for her own death. And we see the intricacy of how she went about it. She was methodical. She took her time. She wrote a false fucking diary. She drained her own blood into a little like Tupperware, and just smear it on the floor to make it look like he clubbed her. And then she went off, made a new identity for herself, kind of. That didn't work out. And then I'm doing the play-by-plays right now, but long story short, she ends up killing a guy. She ends up killing Neil Patrick Harris, who's like an ex-boyfriend, who she basically seduces and uses. Neil Patrick Harris is fine. Neil Patrick Harris is actually kind of creepy because of kind of how obsessed he is with this old flame. And then those chickens come over to roost. She fucking slashes his throat while they're fucking. She's been kind of bathing in his blood. Like, what the fuck? And throughout the whole thing, because we're seeing, it's almost after it comes to the realization to Ben Affleck of what his wife actually did and that she's probably still alive. It then becomes a game of cat and mouse back and forth on who's one-upping who here and who is going to get the last say in the matter. He goes on TV and basically denounces he basically makes himself look to be like a victim, even though he's a cheating bastard. He still makes himself out to look to be like victim, and she sees it as like, oh, son of a bitch. And it's back and forth basically until we get to the end, where she shows back up, lying and saying, oh, he was raping me and stuff, where she fucking slashed his throat, and then she's now blackmailing Ben Affleck at the end to stay in the marriage. And one of the things I think makes this movie work so well is the fact that you never really know who to root for. Well, okay, for me, I ended up rooting for Ben Affleck because I think most people are going to end up rooting for Ben Affleck because yes, he's a scumbag. He cheated on his wife for that, but in the end, he was going to get a divorce from her. He wanted basically out, and she's fucking making him stay there. And you're like, wow, you actually feel really bad for this guy at the end. She comes back and she's all calm and happy about stuff. He puts her in their bed, and then he goes in the other room and locks the door. Because one of the lines in the diary is that she's afraid of her husband. She thinks this man will kill me. She is afraid. He locks the door, and it's basically the moment you hear him. The moment it shows him lock the door, that's when you realize he's afraid of his wife. This woman's killed a man, and she's fucking psychotic. She is. She is sociopathic as hell. And there's nothing they can do about it. There's no proof they have that they can make her confess or anything like that. Tyler Perry was in this movie. I forgot he was in this movie. And I'm not a big Tyler Perry fan. I don't like the Medea stuff. I don't like any of his other things. I didn't like, what was it? the one where he was basically like this FBI guy. Oh, I can't remember the name. There's a joke you can make with it, like you don't, like there was a Jack Reacher. You don't Reacher Jack Reacher. Oh, you Alex Cross. That was the name. You don't cross Alex Cross. It was the joke I heard someone make. Here's that. I didn't care for that. Tyler Perry was really good in this movie. He actually really was. He's playing this attorney or lawyer anyway who specializes in guys who are basically or scumbags. But at the same time, he knows that Ben Affleck is not a scumbag. He's not trying to help Ben Affleck out. So he has a few couple. There's some lines he has that everyone just cracked the fuck up in the theater, including myself. Where he's not necessarily trying to be funny. It's just the way the script plays out, and that is one of the benefits of the movie. That when it's getting super tense, you will occasionally have a moment of levity to basically just like, oh, that was a funny line. Like he just after she comes back, he's just looking at her on this TV, and he's just like, "You guys are fucked up. One of the most fucked up couples I've seen, and I specialize in fucked up." And everyone, I laughed too. It was a funny line, but especially the way he delivered it, because he just find this whole thing humorous. Um, but no, the movie opens technically how it ends, and the thing is, you don't know it opens up how it ends until the very end. I'm not showing you that this is the ending. This is just the opening to the movie, and it's having Ben Affleck monologue about how he'd want to break open his wife's skull and see her brains see what she's thinking, just to see what's on her mind. And immediately you open up with that like, holy crap, this guy maybe actually wanted to kill his wife. And then at the end of the movie, it opens up that same scene where he's stroking his wife's hair, and you're realizing, oh no, now yeah, it kind of makes sense why he's thinking this now, because he's stuck in this. And the thing is that she blackmails him with the fact she basically gets pregnant through like sperm donations he made. And so basically, if he abandons her, he abandons the kid. And then his sister is just like, you're gonna put up with this for 18 years. Like, I have a responsibility. And then it's basically, you want to stay with her, and he does not answer. He does not give an actual answer to what if he wants to stay with her. And he realizes that he's trapped, and there's nothing he can do. Ooh, excuse me. And again, I burp in a goddamn review. I rewatch my reviews on occasions. I think there's maybe like 7 altogether out of the, oh god, how many I have up now where I don't burp. um, some of the pacing was a lot. Like the very opening credits were going by a mile a minute, like, and not just that. It was literally next scene, next scene, next scene, just showing like the neighborhood and stuff like that. I'm like, why do you need to be going this fast? Uh, it was very odd. Um, I've I've found that the whole they leave riddles for each other for their anniversaries interesting and convenient at the same time. And Batman, well, he's gonna be Batfleck. Um, Ben Affleck basically he's being a detective of his own, figuring out these riddles. When really maybe should have brought it to the police to maybe make himself look less guilty. But it's one of those things. The guy who's cheating on his wife, who does not want to announce he's cheating on his wife, is not going to basically come out and say it. And then of course the girl he was messing with ends up coming out and saying it, and he was able to work with it, but still. I'm not sure what else to say, really. I mean, I could go on, but I'm tired. I'm pretty much covered all the things I really need to cover. I didn't hate really anything in this movie at all. I mean, that odd pacing aside, and a few points. It is long, though. I will say that it's like 2 hours and 35 minutes. Pretty sure that's how long it was. Actually, technically, I got it up right now. Give me one quick second here to figure out how long this was. So let's see. The movie was. Um, uh, okay. Oh, there we go. Hold on. So the movie was length. Oh, come on. Where's the length? Oh, you know, I, I don't understand why they. Oh, there we go. It is, 149 minutes. There we go. So yeah, it was 2 hours and 19 minutes long. Yeah, yeah. After you get out, at first you're like, it felt like that in a good way. And the reason I mean it felt like that in a good way is that you can feel the passage of time coming because they date it and stamp it. Because like in day one gone, day two gone, so forth and so on. You definitely it does feel long at points, but not in a bad way because you are invested in this mystery and how it's playing out, and you just want that this horrible person of a woman. I mean, Ben Affleck's not a he's not a okay. Ben Affleck's not a bad guy. He's a guy. He's a douche because he cheated on his wife and he kind of wanted out of the relationship. That doesn't make him a bad person. Okay, he did some bad things. Does that make him an overall bad person? No, because generally you see this guy and you realize, yeah, he's likable. Nah, he's not actually a bad guy. He took his mother told him to be polite to people, so he's being polite to people, and he that's just the way he is. Yeah, he suffered from infidelity, as some men do, and yeah, he wanted a divorce, but you know what? He didn't kill a man in cold blood just to stage a scene and force someone into a relationship. He's not sociopathic. He's a fucking guy. So yeah, I mean, what can you say? In the end, you're like, yeah, sucks to be you, Ben. Sorry, but hey, at least you get to go home to Jennifer Gardner when the shooting's done. So yeah, good for you on that. So yeah, overall, I'm giving this. I'm not gonna give it a 10. It is close to a 10 though. It is that close to a 10. The pacing at few points, like the opening scenes, the editing was a little very sharp and sporadic at a few points, and a few character choices and decisions I wasn't particularly fond of. Well, not fond of. I understood why they did what they did, but at the same time, like you probably should have done that. A logic would say, a normal person might, well, it'll depend. We all react differently. The point being, a few other ideas of these characters, I'm like, okay, you probably should have done that. And the fact of the matter is, I didn't want her to get away with it. In the end, she ended up getting away with it. She got away with murder. She got away with setting him up. And in the end, she still got him trapped there, whether he wants to be or not. It's never truly shown whether he wants to be there or not. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give it then a 9.5. It is that close. The few problems I had are just enough to bump it down a hair, and it's not that even big a problem. I'm probably nitpicking really, but I will say it's 9.5. It is so close to being the 10, and that I may at some later point in the future say just 10. Maybe I'll have to watch it again. It's something I'm not gonna go see it in theater again because I don't want to sit through another 2 hours and 19 minutes, but if I see it on TV, I might watch it again. Or definitely would probably watch it again. Yeah. So I think I only got one new trailer, but I got two. I got three trailers. One's actually new, and two are new versions of a movie I already talked about. So quickly, the first one I got is The Theory of Everything, based off the based off the events of Stephen Hawking. It's the telling of Stephen Hawking's life, where he came from, how he started, how he contracted the disease he has. I honestly don't know the name of the disease he has. I know it's debilitating because he's in the chair and he uses the machine to talk. Um, and him meeting his wife and then falling in love and then her helping him through this and so forth. Honestly, it looked good. It looked good. I'm not big on the real life tellings of biopics, really, of most people. The James Brown one was pretty decent. I didn't see the Jackie Robinson one. I'm sure there's multiple others that have come out that I haven't gotten a chance to see. This one looks pretty good. Stephen Hawking is a genius. He is. He's revolutionized the way we see things. He's an astounding individual. They said I think in the trailer that the disease he has gave a life expectancy of like 2 years when he was diagnosed. He's still alive. So yeah. So screw you. Physics, screw you. Biology, I'm Stephen Hawking. Wait, I think Hawkins. That was horrible of me, I know, but whatever. I'll bring me the hate. Bring me the hate. Dislike for my horrible thing of Stephen Hawking. Whatever. Next one I got was a new trailer for. Speaking of the kind of Englishman, actually Stephen Hawking, I don't think he's English, is he? No, yeah, he is English. Because they actually made a comment of that. It's because I've only heard him talk on the machine that I forgot that he's in fact English, or at least British or something like that. European. But no, Kingsman, the Secret Service. I got a new trailer for that. It's a different trailer. It shows us a lot more of the action, a bit more of the plot. More Samuel L. Jackson, definitely. He's the villain. In case you didn't know, he is the villain in this. He's basically trying to wipe out humanity. And the Colin Firth, Michael Caine, Mark Strong, they're all part of the Kingsman organization, Secret Service kind of thing. There's a great opening scene with Colin Firth basically talking to the kid, who I don't know the actor's name off the top of my head, and he basically beats these guys up in a bar, just like, manna is the thing that separates us from the animals, and just takes his umbrella, swings a beer mug in the guy's face, racing. He's like, these guys are so like, well, are we going to fight or not? And just kicks their asses. Like, sorry, I need to let off a little steam now. It looks fine. Some of the effects I hope look better in the movie than they did in the trailer, because one of them would just look like a super CGI'd imposed face on Colin Firth, or the Colin Firth double. The last trailer I got is a new trailer for Exodus: Gods and Kings. It shows again a bit more of the story, shows a bit more of the actual Ten Commandments style, where the burning bush, the plagues, and all that. But it focuses heavily on the relationship between Ramses and Moses, Christian Bale, and the guy whose name I'll always forget. I feel bad I'm forgetting it. But yes, between the relationship of Moses and Ramses is the bigger relationship. Ben Kingsley is not playing one of the pharaohs. He's playing a Jew, apparently. Because you've seen talking to Moses when he's in the desert along with the others. And I did not know that. And that's perfectly fine, because Ben Kingsley is one of the most talented individuals I've watch on screen whenever he's on screen. What was the last thing I saw him in? Iron Man 3. Okay, you may have problems with Iron Man 3. Wasn't like his most grandest performance ever, but it was still a pretty good performance for what it was. He was funny. He was entertaining. He was intimidating. So he covered the gambit. Or gamut, I should say. No, it still looks good. All three of those trailers looked really good. I will probably see all of them. Yeah, so that's all I got. So yeah, I gave Gone Girl 9.5 out of 10, and really I should probably be giving it 10, but I'm tired. Maybe I'll probably wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what, I gotta get, when I actually write my review out on Facebook, I'll be like, you know what, yeah, I give it a 10. But I don't know, I'll sleep on it and see how I feel. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. As always, share to me. As always, if you want us to review something, let us know. Put it in the comments below. And if you think if you liked us, if you think someone else will like us, by all means, share us. We appreciate all our viewers. Honestly, we really do appreciate all the people who watch this. I'm surprised as many people who watch this as they do. Because mostly it's been me as of late. I know Mark and Sam will eventually get back into the fray. But really, it's just been me. I'm amazed so many people like to watch me right now. I mean, it's not a lot. I think we have like 15 subscribers right now. That's still a minimum of 15 people who enjoy watching me talk about stuff. So I thank you for that. Actually, enjoy watching us talk about stuff. At least 7 of you like watching me talk about stuff. So Saturday I may see Annabelle. I can't guarantee I will actually catch Annabelle, which I really should have honestly caught that one first, but I want to see Gone Girl more, and I'm glad I probably did that, because I probably wouldn't have enjoyed Annabelle as much. And I feel I should probably review Annabelle. I may get to it maybe next week or something like that, maybe, because it is October, so it's the season of Halloween, which I shall make a quick comment on that. My next top 5 video won't be next week, but it will be probably the week after. It'll be my top 5 horror films, in spirit of Halloween, obviously. So, but no, assuming I don't catch Annabelle, which is looking like I may not catch Annabelle. Sorry about that. Next week then it will be Dracula Untold and The Judge. And that's going to be a really hard choice of which one to see, because I want to see both of them a lot. Okay, Judge I want to see more than Dracula, but Dracula looks like it's probably going to be far more energetic and entertaining than the Judge. But Judge looks really good. I've been hearing a few mixed things about it, but it's Robert Duvall, Billy Bob Thornton, and Robert Downey Jr. in a court case type movie, where Robert Downey Jr. is Robert Duvall's son. How is that supposed to be? How is that just going wrong that people aren't enjoying it? I don't know. I will find out next week. uh, if I had to guess, I'll probably end up catching Dracula, honestly, first, just because it'll be a more entertaining review. Honestly, the Judge will probably be similar to this review, because it's not like a big blockbuster. It's not heavily action. It's nothing like that. It's just going to be, it's gonna be one of the most drama type movies. Maybe a mystery, kind of did he do it, did he not, that kind of thing. But still should be entertaining. This was a great movie. It was entertaining. So that's all I got. I will see you for the next one later, folks.